Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is the Draft Top Progression Series back in action here on a Tuesday night. Tonight, we head to the Irish Hills of Michigan for the throwback race for the Pure Michigan 120. Up in the booth to bring you all the action here tonight from Michigan. It is myself, Muth, up in the booth, and alongside me, we have one of the drivers from the Salt Flat Divisions. We have Greg O'Berry joining us here. Greg, welcome to the booth here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Here at Michigan, should be a pretty good one. It's wide, and it is 2 miles of super speedway style racing.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Roger. I'm really looking forward to being up here. Glad to be back and at least have some kind of participation with these guys. It should be a fun time watching them. This high-speed track should be 3-4 wide. It'll be a good time.
Talk about the 3-4 wide, talk about some of the racing that has happened this year. We started on the dirt side of things. We ran 2 dirt street stocks races before we head to the super late model, and this is how the point standings shake up coming into the Pure Michigan 120 race here tonight. Kyle Wiggins has 3 wins to his name on the season. He is P number 1. Brandon Massey, the Mr. Consistency so far this season, he is number 2. Cole Day is the only other driver to have a win this season. He is sitting there in that 3rd position. Donald Bennett also having very strong competition this year. He is very consistent. He is 4th on the Draft Top Progression Series standings. 4th is Roy Fernandez, Hunter Reynolds, Doug Neal, Daryl Clodder, Ira Kohlhaas, and Michael Bromley round out your point standings here, brought to us by DraftTop.com. Well, that's your point standings. The next question being who is going to be able to win here tonight in the throwback race. A lot of good-looking throwback paints here tonight at Michigan. But before we get there, we got to thank all the sponsors out there tonight. DraftTop.com, Ray's Energy Butt Kicker, Servicide, and of course, we can't forget Back Bay Brewing Company. But before we get into qualifying here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway, we're going to step away real quick and we're going to bring you your national anthem. We'll be back here for qualifying action for the Pure Michigan 120 here for the Draft Top Progression Series. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back into the Michigan International Speedway. Qualifying is now underway here for the Pure Michigan 120 for the Draft Top Progression Series. One of the first drivers out onto the track. He hails out of Cuba. He drives the number 6 Wrangler Chevrolet here tonight. This is Roy Fernandez. He is on his, I believe it is, this will be his first official timed lap here tonight. Roy is a new driver here into the Salt Flat divisions of things, making his way through the Progression Series. It's one of the drivers, Greg, I know just like yourself, you like to stick to the oval side of things and a lot of short track racing, but Roy was really loving this Progression Series, going from the dirt to the short tracks. Now we're heading into more, you call them your intermediate super speedway style of racing.
Yeah, it's the setup of this series is really was really exciting for me. I was hoping to be a part of it, obviously, but I can see why it would attract a lot of different guys because it makes you outside of your comfort zone, whether it be, us asphalt guys have to go to dirt or the dirt ringer coming to asphalt or different size track, whichever way. Everyone is going to be on a track at some point in time that they excel at and others won't. It just makes, I think, everybody better, but it makes it exciting too.
Definitely does. Right now, Michael Sturgill is out on track. Another one of those drivers. Wasn't too thrilled about heading to the dirt side of racing, so he actually joined back when we brought the super late models out just a couple weeks ago. He finds himself at the top of the boards. He's a driver we will have to keep our eyes on. Right now, Sturgill and Fernandez are 1 and 2 officially here on the timing and scoring. And where's Mr. I have the most wins on the board here? There's Kyle Wiggins in his Redskins number 20 machine. He has 3 wins to his name, and he is sitting third on the timing and scoring here tonight. Michael Bromley just finishing up his qualifying run in the drafttop.com entry. It's a throwback race. Remember we talked about that? He is throwing back to Jimmy Johnson's rookie year. Greg, I don't think I've met anybody that's more hung on Jimmy Johnson than Michael Bromley.
No kidding. That guy's all about some JJ.
I think the only other driver that I might have an obsession with, another NASCAR driver, would be one of the drivers that's not here tonight because he has computer issues. That would be Jason Dobbs. I think he has a Kyle Busch obsession, but he's not here tonight right now, though Michael Bromley is sitting 10th. Here's a driver that has a little bit of a throwback. He has a Grand Prix on the front of it. It's the number 31. This is Donald Bennett. He's throwing back to Tony Stewart back in the heyday of Pontiac when Pontiac built some exciting cars and they raced them onto the stock car circuit. So Donald Bennett has the old Home Depot throwback scheme. I believe this is a rookie scheme that Tony Stewart had ran, and Donald Bennett throwing the Turn 3 logos on that back in the old throwback Home Depot font. So that's a beautiful looking car. Right now, Bennett, though, 13th quickest with that Grand Prix.
Yeah, Brandon Feeney with that Hot Wheels car was actually a really good looking car too, especially with the Charger decals on it. I thought that looked pretty good.
Yeah, we didn't get to see that one out on track, but that was a very good one. And here's the 99. This is Cole Day. He has a 1 win to his name this season. He's a throwback. I believe this is a Casey Kane throwback. I believe Kane drove the Great Clips machine when it was the 38 back in the Grand National Series back in his rookie season. I believe he ran a couple Great Clips cars that were this color. I think Dick Trickle also ran a couple of the cars in this color scheme, but right now Cole Day has not turned a qualifying lap in. He has about, I'll call it 20 seconds to get back around here with this Great Clips car to get a qualifying time in. You don't want to start out back. I believe it was 22 cars last time I looked, so that's a lot of cars to pass if he doesn't get a qualifying time in. He'll come off turn 4. Let's take a look. 2, 1. Will he get across the line? Nope. Cole Day's not going to get a timed in, race fan, so he'll start towards the back of the field here tonight. Well, that will do it here for our qualifying session. Michael Sturgill will be our pole position here tonight. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Greg. What do you got?
They had a blistering fast lap there with the 506. He was really good in practice too, so I kind of expected him to be on the pole.
Yeah, he's quick when you go to these tracks like this. You know, a mile and a half or better, you better expect Sturgill to be there in the running for that one. But let's take you down to your starting lineup here tonight. Starting lineup brought to us by Uncle Tim. Uncle Tim, always in our thoughts and prayers here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and especially here with the Salt Flat Racing Series, especially with the drop top progression. So your starting lineup will look like this. Starting on the front row, driver of that number 90 out of Ohio, that is Michael Sturgill. Starting right alongside him, the driver of the 29, that's the Bearded Struggle, that is Ira Kohlhaas out of Western Tennessee. Driving for the CS RF Motorsports number 6, it's the Wrangler throwback on screen for you. It'll be the number 6 of Roy Fernandez. The 65 of Brandon Massey, he's got the old shed wound up and he qualifies in that 4th position. Starting 5th here tonight, driver of the number 20, that is Kyle Wiggins. Starting in the 6th position for the Fuel Sim Racing team, he goes by the name of Hunter Reynolds. He has the most second-place finishes on the Salt Flat, call it either it's the IROC side or the Draft Top Progression side. He has the most second-place finishes. He'll roll off 6th. The Wheel Team, 6B88, driven by Tim Combs. He'll start in position number 7. Snuff Racing, driver of the 23, that is Travis White. He'll roll off 9th. The Coast to Almost Coast Racer, that is Darrell Clauder out of Florida. He will start in the 26th position. Or he'll start in the 9th position, driving the 26th. Correction, dyslexia. Driving the number 30 out of Virginia, it is going to be the Todd the Turtle Poston. He'll start 10th. 11th here tonight, it's the Mohica Esports entry, drafttop.com, number 48. That is Michael Bromley. Starting in the 12th position, hailing out of Pennsylvania, driving the 71, that will be Nathan Maurer. Starting in the 13th spot, the Simbox.com machine, that's the 77 of Doug Neal. Randy Johnson driving the No Doubt Racing, it's the UPS driver. He'll start into the number 12 in the 14th position tonight. Starting in 15th, driving the Turn 3 Racing Network machine, the Keystone Motorsport entry, it's the 31 of Donald Bennett. Our lonely resident out of the north of the border, driving that beautiful Hot Wheels machine here tonight, the 83, that is Brandon Feeney. Starting in 17th, the driver for the Need for Speed Motorsports team, the number 2, that is Josh Buckley. The Deeper Darker Dew, number 38, out of Las Vegas, Nevada, that is Cody Levitt. He'll start 18th. 19th on the field tonight, the 99 Great Clips 99, that is Cole Day, starting in 19th. Jose Mejia, the driver of the 46, he'll start in the 20th position, starting 21st. Shotgun to the field here. It's the 04, the Raise Energy Drink.com machine. That is Danny Valenzuela. Stephen Herman, starting 22nd. He's our race control here tonight. Hats off to Swerman Herman for being the eye in the sky, but that is your drafttop.com starting lineup here tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting excited for this start. Should be fun. Watch them fan out going out into turn 1 and see how wide they can get it. Hopefully they do it clean, but make it exciting.
Yeah, it's always an exciting one here, race fans. We got to thank you for tuning in on the Turn 3 Racing Network as we're getting ready for 60, I believe it is 60 laps here of high horsepower racing, iRacing pace car. Getting ready to dive in here, and it will be the service side green flag when Michael Sturgill elects to take the green flag. Here we come for the first time here tonight. Green flag going to be in the air. Let's go racing here in Michigan. Everybody up through those gearboxes. There you see the 28. That is Hunter Reynolds. He'll take his machine down to the bottom there. He wants to get to the bottom as soon as he can. He'll look under the 65 of Massey. Now he'll look under, that's the 29 of Ira Kohlhaas. But will he have the momentum out of turn number 2? Because your race leader, Sturgill and Fernandez, have single filed out already at the front of the field here. Now it looks like Kohlhaas will fire back to the outside. He will bring that Talladega machine right back into the 3rd spot. He'll close in, but won't have the momentum to run up on the number 6 there of Fernandez. Massey has a little bit of action on the backside of him. Here comes the number 20 of Kyle Wiggins, but lap number 1 going to go in the books. Michael Sturgill leading lap number 1.
Yeah, pretty clean there. Everybody's got single file coming down the front stretch here, going back into the second lap. Going to try to use that draft, I guess, and just kind of ride a little bit, feel it out.
Yeah, a lot of draft going to be played here, especially with new tires at Michigan. Expect a lot of cars to be quick in the early going. We're going to see a lot of comers. We're going to see a lot of goers. There's, I believe, Todd Poston right now running into the 8th position. Behind them, though, Todd Poston into the back of Travis White. White going to go around, going to collect the 88 of Combs. We were just going to talk about it. Now Cole Day gets wrapped up in this one. So a big pile up down here on lap number 2. Going to bring out the first caution flag here of the evening. And that's going to have championship implications written all over that one. Travis White getting involved. Todd Poston, Cole Day, Danny Valenzuela, Jose Mejia, Tim Combs. I think Cody Levitt may have got a piece of that one also. That'll bring out caution flag number 1. We'll have to wait for the truck, though, to see exactly what happened there. But Greg, I mean, everybody's still bunched up with fresh tires. There was nowhere for all those drivers to really escape to when the track got wadded up.
Yeah, these cars, still cold tires. They don't really have a ton of grip in them, so they slide really bad everywhere. But it looked like the 30 car just kind of got in a little hot, or maybe the 23 checked up some on him. But kind of unfortunate there to see that happen this early in the race, take the many guys out.
Well, let's take it back here. There we already see the 30 of Poston into the back of Travis White. Maybe we'll be able to go back just a little bit farther, but there you see Cole Day nowhere to go as the White machine was coming down. There's Jose Mejia. I think Jose might actually be pretty good with his General Tire Team Evo 46. Who else is stopped down there? Danny Valenzuela. Looks like the nose piece of that 04 is dragging Cole Day's nose piece down the straightaway. So I don't think he's going to have the speed quite wrapped up in that Raise Energy Drink 04 machine. Let's see if we can go back just a little bit previous to this and see if we can find That already showing us the incident. Let's have the truck just throw it in reverse. Let's see what happened here going down into the corner. Did Travis White just check up that much more? And as we watch it back, it looks like maybe Travis White lifts off the throttle and Poston was not expecting it, and then the closing rate is just so quick on new tires here at Michigan, taking those cars around. Cody Levitt actually going to squeak by in his machine. So does the Superflow number 2. So a couple guys getting lucky squeaking through. A couple guys, though, going to have to head to pit road, and I don't believe there's any quick repairs here tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you somebody else that just did get through, that 77 of Doug Neal. He might want to take his car to the body shop and get a new coat of paint put on because it took it off, but left the sheet metal intact, so that's good.
Yeah, the old Smokin' Joe camel car for Doug Neal. Doug out there, also part of the Sim Box crew. Anybody looking for a button box, hit up Doug or Steve, and they can get you pointed into the right direction. Everybody needs a button box. I think, Greg, you might need one. Maybe they can get you one shipped over to you.
I just wrote his name down. I'll be getting in touch with him after the race.
Well, there you go. Right now, though, Michael Sturgill is your race leader here. He has led since the drop of the green. He was the pole setter for tonight. So he'll continue to lead the way here at the Michigan International Speedway. Roy Fernandez is sitting there second. Then it's Ira Kohlhaas sitting there running in that third position. Fourth is Hunter Reynolds, and it's Brandon Massey. Kyle Wiggins, the biggest mover so far here on that initial start of this race, is that number 12. It's the UPS Dale Jarrett throwback car. That is Randy Johnson. Johnson has, he's one of those guys, Greg. He's pretty quick no matter what you put him in or where you want to race it.
Very fast learner. I had the opportunity to run as a teammate of his for a good part of the last Salt Flat IROC series. Really good guy. Very smart when it comes to strategy and fuel mileage as well. He taught me a lot, helped me get better with that myself.
Yeah, right now, though, he'll restart that Toyota sitting in the 7th position. We'll see if he can work his way up. How about the old AOL machine, though, right next to him? That's Nathan Maurer. AOL, I just watched a fancy little segment on YouTube from, I believe it was, I want to say it was The Company Man on YouTube, and he did a little bit on AOL and how AOL became. It actually started back in the 80s and unfortunately kind of fell off the earth. Remember when you could go to Best Buy and get one of those free discs?
Yeah, I remember being a kid and seeing those things and thinking that I had a whole lot of something in my hands, not really knowing what was going on.
Probably one of the greatest marketing ploys out of any company I have seen in my lifetime anyway. Not only did you get them at, gas stations, you had a bunch of them sent to you with a couple minutes on it, and then the whole ploy was to get you to buy into the AOL company. The thing that did AOL in, though, was they weren't willing to upgrade from dial-up to DSL internet when that came around. So unfortunately, that company went around. Some people still have AOL addresses. I have come to learn this in the recent history. But it's all about Michigan here for the Draft Top Progression Series, and we're getting ready to go back into the server side green flag here as it is waving on lap number 6 when we come across the line. 5 laps will be completed. Here comes Fernandez to the outside with that Wrangler machine because they will do the battle side by side down into turn number 1. Will it be the inside or the outside momentum?
That 6 car got a really good start there on the outside. Almost had him clear going down into 1. He still kind of does. It might get him off of 2 here using that high side momentum.
He's got his Wrangler jeans on, and his name is Fernandez Lopez. He takes the race lead. Look at everybody fan out down the back straightaway, though. It looks like that's the 26 there, the Busch Beer throwback. That is Darrell Clowder. He runs into the 11th position behind him. It's Bromley and Bennett. They all kind of fan out down the back straightaway. Here comes the number 2 Superflow Chevrolet of Josh Buckley. He'll get a little tight there. A little bit of a wiggle out of Clowder down to the bottom. Also, look at him 3 wide a little bit farther back. That's the 46 of Jose Mejia. Fernandez, though, will lead the first lap back to green flag racing.
Yeah, I was watching Josh there that last lap through 3 and 4. He got super tight, pushed up, way up into the light gray up there. It's a good thing he didn't lose it and hit the wall.
So we stay under the green flag conditions here as they all work down the back straightaway. Here comes the Washington Redskins number 20, Kyle Wiggins, looking down to the inside of his buddy there of Hunter Reynolds. Those two drivers used to running some super speedway style races together, and here they are kind of stuck together, nowhere to go for either of them. Randy Johnson has picked up 2 more positions since we went back to the green flag. He's got the UPS Camry right behind them. They'll come back across the line, complete another lap, and a little bit of a blinking issue there for the number 20 of Wiggins, but he is still out there on track. Hopefully his internet connection does not drop out. We know that everybody here tonight is racing from the comforts of their own home. We are not really at the real Michigan International Raceway. We were here on the virtual side of things on the iRacing.com platform. And we are racing here 7 laps in, working lap number 8 tonight. Here comes that 29 of Kohlhaas now down to the inside of Kyle Wiggins through 3 and 4. I don't think the inside's going to work for right now. The tires, have not equaled out where that inside lane is completely dominant here tonight. So Kohlhaas will work the side-by-side battle. Will not work. Wiggins will take it back. Working lap number 9 now here out of the 60th night scheduled at this 2-mile huge track they call Michigan.
Yeah, watching practice, it looked like that about a lane and a quarter up, right where they're running there is seems to be the sweet spot that everybody's going to want to fight for going on here. But you talk about Ira Kohlhaas in the 29. I've really come to enjoy racing with that guy. He's been a lot of fun to race with. A good hard racer, but it's also really clean. I enjoy that.
Kohlhaas out there in that Eat Tennessee Motor Company machine, the 358 cubic inch on the hood. Back when the days when they used to write the cubic inches on the hood of their machines. Right behind him, that's Brandon Massey, the teammate to him in the Predator, or the Purolator actually. 65 machine usually has the old shed stamped on the side of that one. Right now, those two teammates run the 6th and the 7th position here as we are on our longest green flag run of the night here now, officially, as your race lead is still Fernandez Lopez leading the pace here with Sturgill right behind him. Hunter Reynolds, the bridesmaid, is still sitting there. It must be a Hunter thing because we used to have a Hunter in the league before that, and he had the most second-place finishes, and then Hunter Reynolds came, and he took that name and took the crown right over. Reynolds trying to get back to the place that he loves to be, which will be 2nd position here tonight. Come back around here, though. All your leaders have already single-filed out here at Michigan. And, well, you got to go all the way back here to Cody Levitt. He's trying to make the move to the outside of that Turn 3 Racing Network 31 of Donald Bennett. Bennett's going to slam the door going down into 1, so Cody in his Las Vegas Golden Knights machine going to have to find another way around.
Yeah, watching these leaders up here, the top 7, nose to tail like they are. We got the 90 car looking to the inside, going down into Turn 3, going to try to make a move on him here on the low lane, see if anybody will come with him, but it looks like they're all going to stay with the 6 car up high.
Gonna have to see. It looks like Sturgill does hook the bottom groove down there. Will he be able to slide up? He will not. And here comes the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds will now pull even with the 90 across the line. Fernandez Lopez still leading the way here, but it does not look like that inside for Michael Sturgill is going to work because Hunter Reynolds is going to just about clear him down into turn number 1. Here comes Sturgill once again, though. He's going to try that bottom groove. Not going to be able to find the grip. Reynolds completely takes that spot. Now here comes Randy Johnson down the back straightaway. He'll nose ahead in his Toyota. Now he gets that position. Now Sturgill will have to fight Wiggins to see if he can get to the outside. That time Sturgill tried to go up a little bit of a groove and almost contact with Wiggins. Wiggins completely out of the groove. And now Sturgill will find a home from the 2nd position all the way back to 4th.
Yeah, you can see Sturgill the last couple corners. Just realized that bottom wasn't the place to be, so he was trying to ease his way up a little bit and force that guy on the outside a little bit higher. He almost got Randy about a lap and a half ago, but then kind of did it to Wiggins there in that turn. Nothing dirty, nothing wrong with it, just part of it. Just got to take care of himself there.
Yeah, you got to get back up to that outside line. We've seen the outside be really the determining factor of if you're going forward in a hurry or if you're going backwards in a real fast hurry. And, well, now Ira Kohlhaas still stuck down to the bottom here as Wiggins is to his outside. And this will be the first time we've seen Ira Kohlhaas into the top 5 here tonight, and he'll take away that position on the bottom. Maybe Wiggins has a little bit of marbles on that. Well, I guess it's actually the Washington Warriors now, actually, that I see a little bit closer. I saw the logo on the front. I just kind of assumed it was the Redskins machine, but it is the Warriors, race fans, the Washington Warriors. There for Kyle Wiggins tonight, trying to make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's kind of impressive. I was going over the point standings before we went live tonight and seeing who's been doing what since I haven't been able to be a part of it the last few weeks, and really impressed with Kyle Wiggins coming in and kind of taking this series by storm with 3 wins.
Yeah, I've seen Wiggins before out on the iRacing.com platform, but he has not been. Oh, look at a big move there. Massey almost up the track as he was trying to get around Ira Kohlhaas, almost into that Warriors machine. Now Kohlhaas going to block off the 65 down into turn number 1. So some hard racing for the 5th, 6th, and 7th position on track. Your top 4 drivers, though, have opened up about call it a little over a second gap back to those drivers that are duking it out.
Oh, Randy
back
Johnson
there.
in the wall.
That's not good for Randy Johnson. How much damage is done to that UPS 12 machine, though? I'm looking at it, though, Greg. It doesn't look too beat up.
No, it doesn't at all. The right front looks pretty decent. The right rear looks perfect. I think shake it off and get back after it, Randy.
Yeah, it's something we have come to learn on the iRacing platform is you're going to see some sparks sometimes off these cars, and sometimes it does do a ton of damage. Sometimes you get sucked into the outside wall, and sometimes you come out smelling like a rose like Randy Johnson may just have done. He has now fallen back about a half second, though, off that Sturgill machine. He holds still a half second over Brandon Massey, but I believe he is losing a little bit of ground to that Michael Sturgill machine, so maybe just trying to get back into the groove of things for the driver of the UPS. He drives a big brown truck, and look at the battle for the race lead. Some contact between your two race leaders of Hunter Reynolds and Roy Fernandez.
Talk about Hunter sending it down into turn 3 right there to make it stick, and now Sturgill's looking to make it 3 wide here at the line. Man, these guys are racing hard for that lead early.
Yeah, that's what they do here on the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series. They come here. They don't come to ride around. They come to race. They come to see who can out-duel each other. It's a manly sport, and they are manhandling these cars here at Michigan. Almost more contact there between the Sturgill machine and the Hunter Reynolds. And it looks like Sturgill will lose a little bit of ground down onto that bottom. That's going to let Randy Johnson, and here comes Brandon Massey, start to creep back into the picture here, but we still battle side by side. Reynolds going to throw it way down into turn 3 again. Fernandez going to have to drive up the track just a little bit in that Wrangler number 6. Out of turn 4, they will look to come complete lap number 17, and it will be Fernandez retaining the lead here.
Yeah, Fernandez has definitely found something being about that second half, third lane up. I was wondering a few laps ago, how high is it going to be good for them to run, and he is definitely making that high line work good here.
As we go to our draft top onboard camera here with Roy Fernandez, looking back at the rest of the field, you can see Fernandez down the back straightaway. His hands are pretty clear, or pretty smooth down the back straightaway, and a little bit of turn. Doesn't want to arc the car too hard here, trying to save the tires on that Chevrolet. He'll turn it down into 3 and 4. Still, everybody looking to try and run him down.
Brandon Massey's looking inside of Randy here coming down the front stretch. They've both caught back up to the top 3 pretty good. Good to see Randy's not suffered too much damage there, and it's actually handling pretty good for him.
So as that's the top 5, you see them all broken away with Massey sitting in 5th, Johnson, Sturgill, Reynolds, Lopez, your top 5 drivers right now. Back here, though, they're still duking it out. Poston trying to bring his number 30 back into the picture here. He had to go down. He did use a quick repair here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway. He runs into the 13th position as he gets around the driver out of Florida. It's the Busch Beer, number 26 of Darrell Clauter. I don't know if Darrell's drinking any Busch lately, but he does have his Turn 3 koozie. And, well, if you don't have your Turn 3 koozies, race fans, we know it's summertime and your beer sweats. You need a koozie. Head on over to the Turn 3 Facebook page. Right now there's a great raffle going on. You get a couple shirts, stickers, koozies, and I believe somebody was crazy enough to even throw in a, if you win and you're part of iRacing and you have a league, you get like an hour free broadcast for like an all-star race or something. I think I saw one of those crazy guys post that up earlier. So interesting, get your name in that raffle and win the limited edition. Oh, and there's a banner in there, and we are almost out of banners. When we're out, we are out, and we are not getting any more. So get over there and get your name entered in that raffle. I know Darrell just messaged me before we went live here. I think he wanted like over half the spots because he just wants a banner or something.
Hey, who can blame him? That Turn 3 stuff looks pretty good, but for $5 a pop, you only put $5 in for somebody, and they walk out with a hour of a broadcast. That's a pretty sweet deal, but let's be honest, anybody that's doing it's crazy to only do one spot. You need to buy you 10 or 15 of them.
I think that's what Darrell wants. He wants, I believe it was 20 spots or something out of the 65 available, so those slots are going to go pretty quick here. Doug Neal looks like he has a little bit of issues, I believe, on the 77. As it looks like I can't even... Oh, he's has a little bit of connection issues. He's down onto the apron right now. There's Josh Buckley in the Superflow number 2. He'll look to try and get around Neal on the outside. Neal will just pull over and let the Superflow number 2 get on by him. Randy Johnson, though, coming down on pit road. Green flag pit cycle is started right here on lap number 22. A couple of these drivers say right now is the time to come down.
And I tell you, pay attention to what Randy's doing. I promise you he has made a fuel run in practice. And if he hasn't, he has done enough to get his numbers right. If he's pitting now, everybody needs to take note and pay attention to that.
There you see the 20 of Kyle Wiggins. There you see the 77 of Doug Neal is down pit road. Poston also came, so 4 drivers down on pit road. No speeding penalties on entry to pit road. There you see Randy Johnson. He'll come out of pit road a little sideways for that Camry, but he'll get back up to speed, trying to stay on the lead lap here. Here comes your race leader. He will stay out. Sturgill, Reynolds, Massey all coming down here. Looks like Kohlhaas also, so the pit strategy is going to be key here tonight. So a couple guys dive in. We'll see if tires are going to mean a lot of things, because I can tell you it was 2-second different last time by for Roy Fernandez from his last lap to his best lap here tonight. So that's a huge fall off. These guys that are early pitting, they might have the advantage on the on this run.
Yeah, it looks like about a third of the field's on pit road now. Everybody getting into their pit stalls pretty good there. It looks like the AOL car might have missed his spot a little bit. He'll get it straightened out. Good to see the strategy, though. Kind of everybody's being patient, getting on. Didn't see any issues getting on the pit road there.
So we'll wait to see when our race leader will come down pit road. Will it be this time? Here comes Roy Fernandez down pit road. He'll give up the race lead. That'll be handed over to Jose Mejia then. So Roy brings that Wrangler number 6 down pit road. Everybody else trying to get out and away before your race leader comes, but Jose Mejia will put a couple of them a lap down here. See when they cycle back through if he can get the lead back. Right now, though, your race leader will be Jose Mejia, Michael Bromley, Darrell Clotter, Josh Buckley, and Brandon Feeney. You wanted to talk about that Feeney machine there, Greg. It is beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen somebody use those front contingencies on one of these cars.
Yeah, that's a really good combination there with the Hot Wheels. And as a kid, I was never really a big Kyle Petty fan, but every kid, you know, they love Hot Wheels, so that car was always a favorite. But the contingencies of that Charger graphics, man, it just makes it look so mean. It's a really good looking ride.
Yeah, I think I own just about every Hot Wheels design like that, because they had them on dragsters, to Corvettes, to stock cars, to trucks. I think I own just about all of them. They're in a box somewhere, but here comes Brandon Feeney down pit road. I think we need to get that Brandon Feeney machine turned into a die cast, because that is absolutely beautiful.
From what I can tell, there are people out there doing it all the time, making iRacing cars into die casts. Tell them to get it done. That's pretty cool. I
actually have a die-cast of my own Xfinity car. Not that I get to come out of the booth and race at all like Jose Mejia is right now, and he's got the race lead as Maurer goes back around him. He'll unlap himself for the time being. Looks like Darrell Clotter is down on pit road. He is actually on the way out of pit road. Feeney's down. It looks like Buckley is down. So we're starting to work our way through. It looks like Randy Johnson is in the place to possibly take over the race lead here when everything cycles back through. Just waiting on Mejia and Michael Bromley to come down pit road, and they are off of turn number 2, so we'll see if either of our race leaders will come down next time by, or, well, I guess technically you call it this time by. There's Bennett and Kohlhaas. They are right now in the lucky dog position. That's the battle for the lucky dog. Bennett goes high. He'll let Kohlhaas get around him. And it does look like Jose Mejia is trying to come down pit road, and he gets split by the Bennett and Kohlhaas machine. That could have been big, but it does look like they will be able to sort it out, and Jose Mejia to pit road here on lap 26. Michael Bromley going to take it around, and I'm looking at it. It looks like Bromley actually pitted under that first caution flag, so he has a little more fuel than everybody else.
Yeah, so he's staying out. He's got a pretty healthy lead, but when he will have to pit, obviously, within the next few laps. He can't make it much farther on fuel. Randy has timed it out. He is looking at 2.2 seconds that last lap by over Hunter, and that'll be your top 2 once this finishes cycling out. Again, if we don't get a caution.
Yeah, we are working our first green flag pit cycle here of the evening. We've only had one caution flag, and that came within the first 5 laps of the race. Dropping the green flag here. Now it looks like Bromley will bring the drafttop.com machine down pit road. He will pit here on lap 27 for his first green flag stop of the night. Looking through the timing and scoring stats, no penalties on pit road here, and Bromley is the last one to come in here. Nice and easy into his pit box, and doesn't look like any penalty for Michael Bromley. Where is Randy Johnson? He's going to come across the line, and he will retake the lead here. Now tonight, after the green flag pit cycle, we're keep an eye where Michael Bromley is able to come back out onto the track, but it's going to probably be somewhere probably about the 15th position. We'll keep an eye on that one.
So the interesting thing about Bromley pitting there, everybody else is going to be somewhere around 10 to 12 laps short on fuel from making it on one more stop. He is going to be somewhere around 7 if my numbers are anywhere close to being right, and we all know I'm no mathematician. But he's looking about 7 to 8 laps short. Can he split that at all and make it on one more stop, or is he definitely going to have to make two?
I think probably he plays his own strategies and he keeps his cards close to his chest. That's one driver, Greg. I can't tell you what he's gonna do from one race to the other. I've called a lot of races here with these guys, and I know a lot of everybody's strategies and how they're already gonna go about it before we even get to the race. And that's just one odd fella right there.
Yeah, I tell you, last season running the IROC was the first time I had a chance to run anything with him, and a really good guy. But strategy is something that he pulls out of left field. There were so many times I would see on the leaderboard, oh, Bromley's way back, we don't have to worry about him. And then with 10 to go, he blows my doors off, and it's like, wait a minute, where'd he come from?
Yeah, not a clue. But what I can tell you is I see Tim Combs up here in this Dodge throwback. That's another one of those Casey Kane throwback cars out here tonight. And he has a little bit of left front damage on that Combs machine, but right now he is up into the 13th position. He's trying to rally back through, though he has a 2-second gap before he would run down the 12th place driver of Jose Mejia. And Michael Bromley is coming because he's got those 4 fresh tires on the draft top entry. He's got Darrell Clauter back there. Maybe Bromley can throw a draft top out the back and Darrell can drink topless here tonight because they run currently 14th and 15th on the timing and scoring. But now that officially green flag pit stops are done here tonight, let's walk you through what your top 10 standings look like here. The No Doubt Racing UPS driver Randy Johnson had a 2.5-second gap over Hunter Reynolds. That is down now to officially a 2-second gap, but Randy Johnson has cycled back through as your race leader here at the halfway point. Hunter Reynolds is sitting here just having a great day. Guess where Hunter Reynolds is, race fans? Yep, you guessed it. Second place for Hunter Reynolds right now, seeing if he can close the gap on Randy Johnson, and he seems to be about a 10th quicker last time by. Sitting in third, it is the Sturgill Auto Repair and Detailing number 90. This is Michael Sturgill. He started on the pole here tonight, and he is running into the 3rd position. Running in 4th is Roy Fernandez Lopez. He started in that 3rd position. He has dropped 1 spot, but he has led a lot of laps here in the early stages. Look for Fernandez to still get on his wheels, or get on his horse here with his Wrangler jeans on, and run back down those top 3 drivers. Kyle Wiggins is in a little bit of a battle right now, but he did cycle back through into that 5th position. He is right now running 5th with that Warriors paint scheme, and to the inside of him, the driver out of Ironton, Ohio, it is Brandon Massey. He is trying to bring that 65 back up inside the top 5. It's where he feels like he needs to be. He is running currently in that 6th position. Look at the man who has cycled back through here into the 7th spot, though. He started back into the 18th position here tonight. The driver out of Las Vegas, it's the Golden Knights Levitt Construction Machine. That is Cody Levitt. He is up to running in the 7th spot, so a good night here for Levitt. Didn't get a qualifying run, but now we're halfway through, and he's starting to make his presence known here tonight. Driver out of Virginia, driving the number 30 here tonight, Chevrolet Impala. It is Todd Post, and he had a rough start to things here tonight. Didn't get too many laps in practice and ended up making contact with, I believe, if I remember right, it was... I forget at this point. It was Travis White. He is running in the 8th spot, up 2 spots. He's probably passed more drivers than anybody here tonight, trying to have himself a solid run here at Michigan. Driver out of Pennsylvania, driving the AOL.com, number 71, Nathan Maurer is into the 9th spot after his green flag pit cycle. Had a very clean pit stop, and he is back out onto the racetrack running 9th. Jose Mejia, he is our final driver inside the top 10. He is running in the 10th spot, up 10 spots right now. So Jose Mejia just trying to bring it home here tonight with a solid finish. And actually sitting here in 11th, Greg, I said no driver had any penalty on pit road. Well, this driver had a little mishap in his pit box. It is Ira Kohlhaas. He sat down on his pit box for about 12 seconds longer than any driver. That's what took him out of the top 5 back here to the 11th spot.
Yeah, you're talking about before you started that rundown, Hunter Reynolds being about 2 seconds back, but don't look now. He is side by side with Randy coming out of turn 4, headed to the line now. We got a drag race on our hands.
Well, maybe that 1 lap fresher tires for Hunter Reynolds is going to play in the factor here tonight, or did Randy back it down? Now, you talked about it, Greg. Randy always has a strategy coming in. 26 laps to go, and I'm looking at it. You can go maybe 26 on fuel, so he may be trying to save just a little bit here. Maybe he wants to get behind Hunter Reynolds and try and do another short pit here.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to wonder, if maybe he might be trying to pull in behind him, because he gave up about a half a second a lap there for 3 or 4 laps. That unless he hit something, but I didn't see that happen. I think he was playing a strategy of trying to draft to save some fuel. But did he do it fast enough? You know, how many laps was he out front that he had to be the one flat-footing it wide open, whereas Hunter could lift a little bit and use the draft to his advantage.
Here in lifting going down into turn 1, Reynolds really arcs that number 28 as Johnson takes more of the flatter approach. You see Reynolds, he just hammers back down and he is pulling away as we go to our DraftTop.com onboard camera there. You see it. It looks like Hunter, you can tell that car is quicker down the straightaway. It looks like about 2 miles an hour quicker down the back straightaway with that line that he was running through 1 and 2.
Yeah, that wide sweeping angle that he's taking through there, he's getting a really good run off of turn 2, and it's just pulling him down the backstretch. But Fernandez has now pulled up to 3rd place, passing Sturgill there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, so here comes a couple of the other drivers. Everybody's starting to cycle back through and get closer together. We are 24 laps from the end of this one here tonight in the Pure Michigan. 120 here from the Irish Hills of Michigan at the Michigan International Speedway. And while we're just over the halfway point here tonight, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series here at Michigan. This is the first time in the ARCA Menards cars. Some of them call them the K&N cars still. Some of them call them the old 2003 style NASCAR Cup Series. But look at this battle. Here comes the 6 of Roy Fernandez Lopez. He'll get to the inside of that UPS Toyota Camry, and he will look to take over that second position. Fernandez trying to keep Johnson as high as he can in the trioval here, make him take the longest distance. By the time they get down into turn number 1, Fernandez will go sailing off into 1. He'll take over P number 2, pushing Johnson back to that 3rd spot.
Yeah, I think Randy's burned his tires off using that's lower line all the way through the corner. He's not really arcing it in. He's kind of taking that straighter line in and straighter out. I think it's a lot harder on that right front tire. It's kind of costing him here on this run. Hopefully he learns something before they stop the next time.
Taking a peek back, it looks like Ira Kohlhaas actually lost a position. Remember, Michael Bromley, he pitted. He was the last one to pit. He is now up to the 11th position, so his actually pit strategy did gain him a couple positions. Yes, he started in the 11th spot, but he had fallen down outside the top 15, and now he's back into the 11th spot. Green flag pit stops are starting once again. Second round are going to start here with Cody Levitt and that Levitt Machinery Golden Knights machine. Vegas Strong coming down pit road. He'll hit his box for the final time here tonight. It looks like a perfect entry. Here comes Donald Bennett, also in the Turn 3 Racing Pontiac. He'll bring that 31 down pit road here, so this will be his final stop. Expecting the leaders any time here. I believe Johnson will probably hit pit road this time by if he can get down. It looks like Massey's going to be there to block him. Johnson won't be able to. Massey will be the one. And look at Fernandez with the super late entry.
He's lucky he didn't spin that car out there, getting in so aggressively there at that much speed. Hopefully he didn't catch a speeding penalty.
Yeah, we're take a look back here when we can to see if he did get a penalty or not. Donald Bennett going to leave pit road here, and a little bit of a long stop for Donald Bennett, about 4 seconds longer than he would have liked. Cody Levitt does go a lap down to the race leaders, but he will be the first car 1 lap down when we get back around here. Actually, that's Travis White is the first car 1 lap down. So Levitt not in the lucky dog position right now. Here comes Hunter Reynolds. He'll slam on the brakes. He'll come down pit road. Sturgill and Johnson all going to come down. Johnson trying to make a little bit of a pass. Slides that right front tire. Your front 3 leaders are in. Here comes Kyle Wiggins along. So 4 cars out of your top 5 are coming in. Jose Mejia will stay out.
Yeah, that was a little intense for those top 3 so close together coming in. And I always like to kind of separate myself when I do that. Don't want to come in with somebody right in front. And Randy slides through his box, has to back up. That's going to cost him some time.
That's unfortunate for the driver out of New York. We'll see where he rebounds, though. But Jose Mejia, Nathan Maurer, Michael Bromley cycles back through inside the top 5 for the time being. Cole Hosklaughter and Tim Combs right now are your top 6 drivers. Brandon Feeney in his Hot Wheels Dodge. Man, it's a beautiful car. He stays out. He will take over the 7th position for the time being. Randy Johnson going to cycle out. It looks like he has lost that front pack. He'll be about a second or so behind those leaders that he pitted with. There goes Cody Levitt. Remember, Levitt pitted early 2 laps ago. Levitt will go by him and see where he all cycles into that spot. Ira Kohlhaas down pit road, though, here in that 29 machine. He'll make his final stop with just 19 laps to go.
I'll tell you who did a really good job on that sequence there was Hunter Reynolds. When they came in, the top three were nose to tail, and he is looking about a second or so, if not more, over Sturgill coming to the line here. We'll see what the difference looks like. That'll be your battle for the lead once this all cycles through.
Well, don't forget about Roy Fernandez. Remember, he made that late entry to pit road. He actually passed Hunter Reynolds down
Oh,
pit
you're
road.
right. I see that.
Hunter actually had a faster from cone to cone. Actually, Hunter was faster than Lopez all around from cone to cone and in the pit box, but Fernandez with that super aggressive pit strategy there coming to pit road, he might be the one to take over the race lead. Nathan Maurer coming down pit road with his AOL machine.
Yeah, Fernandez sitting a little over a second ahead. He's got that lap car between the two of them now, kind of giving himself a little bit of a buffer. Let's see if he can't set sail for the next 18 laps.
Just taking a peek on who has pitted and who has not. Your top five right now of Mejia, Bromley, Clauder, Combs, and Feeney have yet to make the final pit stops here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway, and time is running out. Something with Brandon Feeney down the back straightaway. His Hot Wheels Dodge went from the outside way down to the bottom there. Not sure if there was an issue. Bromley and Clauder, though, going to come down here with just 17 laps to go. They make their final trips down pit road. Everybody looks like they are down onto pit road speed, so no penalties currently for any of these drivers. Bromley going to slowly come into his stop. Looks like Darrell Clauder is coming also just ahead of Bromley to find his pit stall here in his Busch 26. So those drivers make their stops. Roy Fernandez will cycle back through here. Brandon Feeney has not made his pit stop, but Fernandez goes around him for that second position. Feeney looks like his car completely has lost the front turn on that Hot Wheels machine. He'll look to try and get to pit road here, and maybe this lap as he's tried to get down to the bottom. Reynolds gets around him now.
Yeah, Feeney is definitely riding around on quarter tires there. That thing has no turn in it at all. He just called out he's coming to pit road this time.
So the Hot Wheels Dodge 83 from Canada will make that left-hand turn. It wasn't a long drive here to the Michigan International Speedway for Feeney, but he will come down pit road and make his final stop of the evening. Look at Randy Johnson. He's trying to get to the inside of Cody Levitt. Levitt was battling with Michael Sturgill. That's the battle for that fifth position. Sturgill has it. Everybody else would like to get it. Here comes Johnson to the inside, and he will have the preferred groove, but will Levitt be able to hold the power to that outside with his Chevrolet? He will not. Randy Johnson takes over sixth, and now he'll look to go after the number 90 of Sturgill. Looking at last time they were down on pit road, that is well, you got Cody Levitt was down there on lap 43. Sturgill was down on 44. And Johnson was down on 45. So there's the difference. 1 lap between each driver there. 3 laps in total. And Johnson is coming with the fresher tires. He has the freshest tires out of everybody, but the gap all the way to first, so that's just Jose Mejia, is just too big to overcome. That's 24 seconds right now. Who will cycle back through to the race lead will be Roy Fernandez. That's 3.5 seconds. That's a little more manageable, but that's still a huge gap to overcome. That slide through the pit box may have did it in for the 12 of Johnson.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him. He's really fast on these new tires, but how long will he be able to manage them and keep them that way? And we saw, he held his own for 2 or 3 laps after the last stall, and then he just kind of dropped like a rock there pretty quick. Lost a couple seconds real fast.
Trying to find where the race leader is. He's up 19 positions, but he has still yet to make his final pit stop of the evening here. Trying to take a peek. Where did he last come in? Last time on pit lane was lap 26, so he definitely needs to bring down that 46. He's out there at this point, Greg. He's playing the long run game, hoping that a caution flag comes out, and he
100%.
and that he can take the top spot here, because at this point, even if the caution flag would come out, Jose's coming in no matter what, but he's going to drag everybody else behind him down pit road because they won't last if he comes down to take tires.
Yeah, after about 2 or 3 laps, they just can't afford to give up that kind of time, to somebody with fresh tires. I think everybody's going to have to come. What would be interesting is the 2 versus 4 situation.
You always got to think about those 2 tires, because iRacing did add the new Generation 7 tire here to these ARCA Menards cars, and now this time I believe Jose Mejia might turn over the race lead as he is down onto the bottom. He will come to pit road. He will give up his 17.5 second gap over Roy Fernandez. He will make his final stop here tonight, bringing down that Team Evo machine.
It'll be interesting to see where he shakes out. Haven't been that far ahead. Is he going to come out once he comes back up on the track in the speed?
Fernandez, though, will go by here, taking over the race lead, and he's got Hunter Reynolds sitting about 0.3 of a second back behind him. There you see the Hunter Reynolds machine just peeking over the shoulder of Roy Fernandez. Roy's trying to win his first ever race here with the Salt Flat Series, especially in the Draft Top Progression Series. It's probably, you know, the IROCs are really cool. Everybody always wants to run the IROCs and win in the IROC division. It's an honorable thing. But to say that you conquered a race here in all sorts of different cars, I think that's another prestigious thing that a lot of these drivers want to do. But the question being, will Fernandez be able to hold off Hunter Reynolds, who runs second, because he is coming, and he is coming in a hurry.
I think the odds-on favorite is definitely Hunter over this last 10 laps here. He's been the one with the most speed. He's been able to make his car work on the bottom, on the top, wherever he needs it to go. Fernandez has definitely got that high line dialed in just right. He's been very strong up there. But Reynolds he's working it pretty good here. You'll see him dive down below him here into turn 3 and make a move. Wow. Actually, he's going to go high.
Looks like he's going to try and arc that car in and possibly get the run out of turn number 4. Right now, it is still going to be the 6 of Fernandez, though that leads us back across the line. We're going to get the 10 to go marker here tonight at Michigan. Fernandez, Reynolds, Massey is running there in the 3rd spot. He has a little gap back to Sturgill, and then Johnson is sitting a little bit farther back. It's still going to be Fernandez, though, leading us down into turn number 1. Right now, though, it looks like we have currently on the lead lap, if my math is right here, it looks like 9 drivers. Maybe 10 drivers, actually, here, as I can't count. But either way, pass for the race lead. Here comes Hunter Reynolds into turn number 3.
Yeah, there he goes, gets inside of him there, and he's right in that preferred line. He's been saving his tires up, so they should work good. He should be able to pull off of him turn 4 here pretty easily. There he goes.
Yeah, but here comes the crossover move. Here comes Fernandez back down to the bottom. Will he be able to lead the lap? He will not. Hunter Reynolds leads a lap, what is that, 51 here tonight.
Still side by side. He's not wanting to give it up. I think he knows if Hunter gets out clean in front of him, he's going to be gone.
Brandon Massey has crashed here tonight. Massey going to go around. Cole Day is involved in this one. There is Wiggins. A couple other drivers going to pile it in here. This one happens inside the top 5 with just 9 laps to go. That will bring out the second caution flag here of the evening. Well, there you go, Greg. Just when you thought under 10 to go, the race was going to come down to a handful of drivers, the monkey wrench here tonight in Michigan will get thrown in. The 65 of Massey going around.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for those guys up front. You know, their heart just sank. Hunter's just got to be eaten up here. But I think he's pretty safe here on this pit call. Everybody's going to have to come get tires. I don't think anybody can stay out. The only one who could potentially think about it is going to be Jose, since he's only been, 3 laps since he came in. Give it a shot. You know, even if he doesn't win the race, he's going to net better position than running in 12th where he's at.
Well, let's go back and see what happened here for this yellow flag. Oh, Sturgill gives a little bump there to the number 65 of Brandon Massey. Massey goes around and he holds the brake. Cole Day with a hard impact. Nose and wheels all tore up. Cody Levitt maybe got a little piece of that action too. But wow, hard impact for the driver of the number 99 of Cole Day. We will watch that back, and we will see if we can get the onboard camera rolling with Cole Day at the time of that yellow flag. Let's see if we can go back on board here with Cole Day. There you see Massey. He thought Massey may stay up there, and last second he just reacted, and wow, hard impact. You see the wheels on that 99 machine are all tore up. He tried to drive it away, but whew.
Yeah, it looked like he just locked up the brakes, and when he did, just the hot tires wouldn't get worn out. He just lost the ability to drive it and slid right into him.
Unfortunately, it looks like he was able to limp it back around, but his night is going to be over. Pit road, though, is very busy here. One driver electing to stay out, and that's Hunter Reynolds. So that's an interesting pit call.
That makes me think about Chase Elliott earlier this season, you know. It doesn't matter what you do as the leader, everybody else is going to go opposite.
Yeah, race off pit road will be Fernandez, then Johnson, Levitt, Sturgill. Those will be your top 5, with Reynolds being your race leader. And then everybody else down here taking a little bit of extra time, maybe some damage on a lot of drivers. Here comes the next crew, and it's going to be Kohlhaas, Mauer, Poston, Wiggins, Bromley coming out of pit road. Those are your top 10 drivers right now. But wow, talk about different strategy. It looks like everybody will take 4 tires, though.
Man, you just gotta hate that for Hunter. He's got to be sitting there thinking, you know, it's no other way around it. He's going to be a sitting duck here. That's just so unfortunate. Had such a strong car.
Yeah, and look at Cole Day. Remember, he came in sitting inside, I believe it was 3rd in the championship hunt, the 99 Great Clips machine. He is still limping that car around. It's just not going to be the finish for Cole Day because he's going to have to come down here. And I don't think he has a quick repair left. We're going to find out real quick as he's trying to get down pit road. Here comes Brandon Massey also in that 65 machine. He'll come down pit road. So as soon as Cole Day hits his pit box here, we'll be able to tell you if he has the quick repair or does not have the quick repair. And the answer to the question here tonight is going to be, well, first he has to find the pit stall. And nope. No quick repair. The wheels literally just fell off that thing.
I think about everything else is ready to fall off of it, dude.
So not the night for Cole Day, as it looks like we already got that 1 to go marker. Pop the timing and scoring up, because it's going to be a 5-lap shootout. Hunter Reynolds on the old tires, and it's Fernandez Lopez second. Johnson's going to line up in 3rd. Then it's going to be Cody Levitt, Ira Kohlhaas, Nathan Mauer, Todd Poston, Michael Bromley, Kyle Wiggins, and Jose Mejia. Your top 10 drivers here, and everybody from 2nd. Let me look. 2nd through the rest of the field has 4 fresh tires compared to those a little bit older tires. It looks like 13 laps going to be the difference on tires here for Hunter Reynolds, and that may have been the blown call of the race.
Yeah, a guy we haven't talked about a whole lot tonight, though. Cody Levitt sitting there in 4th, 2nd car on the outside. He is going to be sitting in a really good spot. Watch for Hunter to spin the tires. That might check up the inside line. Cody will be really fun to watch here these last few laps.
Also, remember, Fernandez Lopez did start on that last restart we had. He started on the outside lane, so he will line up back to the outside here. See him to possibly try to make that outside groove work here tonight as the iRacing pace car are going to dive in. We will go back green flag racing with just 5 laps to go here at Michigan. Green flag pending. Green flag is out. We are back here with the server side. Green flag coming back out here at Michigan. 5-lap shootout till the end here for the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series for the pure Michigan 120 here. Look at them all fan out down into turn number 1.
Randy thinking about making it 3 wide coming up the middle, just couldn't quite make it fit there. Had to think back and get back in line there. And it's probably the smart move, though.
Yeah, it looks like Fernandez will lead him off turn number 2. There's a little check up there for Randy Johnson as he exited turn number 2. So that's going to let Levitt go around the outside. Levitt will take the 2nd position. Then it's Reynolds. Then look, where did Nathan Mauer come from in the 71 AOL machine? He now takes over the 4th position. We're coming to get 4 laps to go, this time by at the race line.
Talking about that outside line being so important, though, the top 3 cars right now were the top 3 starting on your outside line on that restart. Just shows you how vital that track position is.
So right now, Fernandez Lopez opens up a good gap. Look at the 3 wide with Randy Johnson.
Crash.
Oh, hard impact to the outside wall.
Like Kyle Wiggins is involved, and the 90, Michael Sturgill. It looked like the 2 of them both got in together. That's going to be a hard hit for both guys.
Oh boy, that's going to be the night for, I believe, Sturgill, as there you already see Wiggins back onto pit road also. Oh boy, we're going to have to play this one back and see if we pick up the correct replay here. What happened down into turn 1? Oh, there you saw Sturgill and Wiggins both make the contact. Oh, that is absolutely hard contact there. And I believe maybe even Feeney gets involved in that one. Wow, we're going to have to watch that back. That is a tremendous hit for both drivers.
It's going to be some unhappy drivers with that one there.
Both drivers hard into that outside retaining wall, and there was contact with Brandon Feeney as he came through there down into turn number 1. Both drivers hard racing, closing in on the final stages of this one. I mean, do you really blame, as we watch it back again, Wiggins down there trying to hold that position down to the bottom groove and Sturgill just trying to get to the bottom?
You know, I don't know if it's so much about trying to keep Sturgill behind him. He had 2 guys on his outside there. You know, they were the bottom 2 of 4 wide going into 1. It cleared up a little bit, but him being in the car, he can't see that. You almost wonder, was he more trying to protect himself from the guys outside of him, versus trying to intentionally keep Sturgill down like that.
Either way, both drivers will have to take the tow back to pit road, and now you got to question yourself. Now who comes down pit road and who stays out?
I think if I stopped under that last caution, put the tools on the truck, and let's see what goes on. If we crash it, so be it. But I don't think you come back here.
Hunter Reynolds says, I need to come down. It looks like the 83 of Feeney, the 26, or the 23, that's Travis White, and I can't quite see. I think that's the 88 of Tim Combs will come down pit road also, so 4 drivers coming down here. This will take us to overtime tonight here at the Michigan International Speedway, and as we have the time here, let's take a quick break before the overtime, and we'll be back here to call the final, well, green-white checker here for the Pure Michigan 120.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Michigan International Speedway for the Draft Top Progression Series. It is the Pure Michigan 120, and we are headed to overtime. And Greg, the intensity is going to pick up here because look who's going to start to the outside. It's the man who has figured it out here tonight.
Yeah, Fernandez is choosing the outside line. Kind of a no-brainer for him, being the leader. Obviously, you want to do that, but Nathan being going to restart 4th in the 71, he's going to be in a good spot. But again, talk about Mr. Where did he come from? Michael Bromley lining up in 6th. We saw one lap after that last restart, the top 3 were the 3 who started on the outside. Don't rule Bromley out either.
Well, that's an interesting fact there. Bromley being right there at the end of this one here tonight. Cole Haas back into that after that bad pit stop. He'll restart on the inside lane, the 3rd car down to the inside. But first, we got to get to the green flag. So it'll be Fernandez and Levitt. I believe that's Johnson, then Maurer, and then it's Cole Haas and Bromley. Jose Mejia will be back into this, and then Poston and Bennett and Clauder and Feeney and Reynolds will round out the rest of your top 12 drivers here. Looks like we have 15 drivers on the lead lap, so if something happens here in the final stages, it might be a big night for a lot of these drivers, but the iRacing pace car is down and away, and we are back with the service-side green flag racing here at the Michigan International Speedway.
Cody got a really good start there, didn't give up too much ground there. Not as much as you would think on the bottom line. Kind of did a pretty good job. Nathan's getting hung up though a little bit. Fernandez is going to pull away going into turn 1.
Fernandez will jump down in front of Cody Levitt going through turns 1 and 2, but here comes Levitt. He's going to battle back to the inside. He got himself through turns 1 and 2 pretty good. Not going to be good enough. He's going to go up. He's going to block the 71 on Maurer's going to turn the 38 into the outside wall, and I think the front right maybe just broke on the Levitt machine, and for Maurer. Maurer's into the outside wall. Will we come to get the 1 to go here tonight?
I think we're going to get to the white unless we... Bromley got really tight there. There's a big group there, but I think we're going to get the white, and this will get us to the checker next time by.
It is your butt kicker, 1 to go here tonight at Michigan. Roy Fernandez Lopez trying to run away and hide as he's got about a half a second race lead over the Hornet's Nest back here. Johnson is sitting in second now, and look at who is sitting third. That is Jose Mejia. One of them into the outside wall. That is the Travis White machine. He'll hold it up against the outside wall. We stay racing down the back straightaway, coming into turn number 3. Look at Bromley. Look at Bennett, who is down to the inside. That's the 28 of Reynolds. Bennett going to try and pinch him off. He's going to slide up the raceway, but it is all about the man. Coming out of turn number 4 here, coming across the checkered, or coming to the checkered flag here, presented by Raise Energy Drink. Roy Fernandez Lopez will win his first race right here at the Pure Michigan 100 at the Michigan International Speedway. Randy Johnson will come across in second position. Jose Mejia is third. Ira Kohlhaas going to finish fourth here tonight, and Todd Poston rounds out the top 5 of where did he come from, too. Bromley hangs on for that 6th position. Bennett is 7th. Reynolds comes back to 8th. Combs is 9th, and Brandon Feeney will round out the top 10. But, boy, nobody could get around the outside rocket from Cuba.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Definitely figured out that outside lane, and Randy giving him a bit of a love tap there, turning him around. I think that was all in good fun, though.
Trying to put a little bit of a donut on that Wrangler machine here at the end. It looked too pretty.
Yeah, I don't want to have anything that clean going in there.
So while we wait for our friend here of Roy Fernandez to do a little bit of celebrating here before we head to our post-race show brought to us by DraftTop.com, our checker flag is in the air here tonight at Michigan, and that is brought to us by Raise Energy. Head on over to Rep Sports and get your case of Raise Energy, and on checkout, type in UTWRX and get 15% off on checkout. I got a couple cases on the way here. That's what keeps us amped up here in the studio. As you see, the number 6 of Fernandez doing a celebration down here into the grass tonight. He'll celebrate, and we'll step away for just a moment. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Michigan International Speedway for the Draft Top Progression Series here at Michigan International Speedway. Our post-race show brought to us by DraftTop.com right here at Michigan, and we have the man who was able to kind of dominate from the outside here. Roy, congratulations on being here in victory lane for the first time ever in the Salt Flat Series. That number 6 car found the outside and never let anybody have it again.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, man. That was my first win. I'm really excited. Staying on that high line for sure was the key to this race. I really thought I was going to run out of gas, though, so I was really thankful for that caution late because it started to say that I was going to have not enough fuel to finish, so I was happy for that caution.
Yeah, towards the end of this one, was that outside lane really what did it for you? I mean, where was this car the strongest, though? Was it the long run or that short run?
I'd definitely say the long run. I'm more used to being able to be, just steady. They say slow and steady ruins the race, and honestly, that is kind of true. I run a 14-to-1 ratio to kind of not wear my tires as much, and I kind of do like running that high line quite a bit, and it forces me not to wear as much as people would when they're trying to pass me down on the bottom. So definitely the long race.
Yeah, a wise man once told me that the 14-to-1, the 16-to-1 will save the tires, and towards the end of a run, it will definitely set you up for a little more speed. But it doesn't look like you needed that speed towards the end of this one. But were you worried on that final restart that somebody was possibly going to get to that inside and move you up the track?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I saw that Cody Levitt was there, and I know he's a phenomenal racer also. So I just said, I've been taking the high the high side every time. I'm going to try to just hit my marks just like I've been doing. So hopefully no one can give me a run for my money. And fortunately, I got very lucky there. But yeah, that was it.
So a very good night here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway. You're going to put your name along the likes of Cole Day and Kyle Wiggins, who are the only other two drivers that have even wins this season in the Draft Top Progression Series. But as we head away here from the Irish Hills in Michigan, how do you feel when we head to the mountains in Pennsylvania for the Pocono International Raceway?
Oh, I'm excited. Pocono is definitely tricky, man. It's they don't call it Tricky Triangle for nothing. Each turn is completely different than the last, and if you don't hit your marks, you're not staying in the top 5, top 10, or anything like that. So I'm excited to go to Pocono.
Well, before we let you go here, Roy, is there anybody that helps you here on a Tuesday night here in the Draft Top Progression Series get this car to victory lane?
Absolutely. My sponsors, Wrangler Jeans, Good Wrench, and then my wonderful fiance Marissa, and I got a couple of buddies here that tune in and support me as well. Shout out to Frankie and Ansley.
Well, there you heard it from your winner here tonight. Roy Fernandez is going to win his first ever race here in the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series. He's going to notch his name in the record book here in season number 1 for the inaugural season for the Draft Top Progression Series. He will now put his names next to Kyle Wiggins and Cole Day here. But sitting in second place, I believe, Greg, you have caught up with the big unit.
Yeah, I got Randy down here. Randy, you had a really good race. Started out 14th, came through the field pretty easily there at the beginning. Come out finishing second. What'd you need to get around the 6th car there at the end?
What up, buddy? I definitely needed some a little less damage on that car. I collected the wall pretty good. Not when I was by myself, but there was a moment we were 1, 2, 3, and we all just plowed the wall, and I just didn't want to waste the time to fix it on pit road. But I needed to be on the outside lane. The inside lane on both of those late restarts was killer for me. But I'll take a second place. I kind of saw there might be some contact on the outside with Cody trying to shut the door, so I moved down preemptively just in case they got collected, and they did, and that was it. Sealed up second.
Yeah, it was definitely a wild couple of last laps there to finish it up. You know, we know, having raced with you for so much last season and what we did with the strategy, we know that you're the fuel strategy kind of guy, but it looked like tires were more the thorn in your side tonight, more than the fuel was. What did you think about the tires today?
Tires were definitely a bigger issue than the fuel. I could tell. I didn't really make practice. I kind of got off work and jumped on, and that's hence why I qualified 14th. I had no single car speed without reference of cars around me. I'm a much better racer than a qualifier anyway. So once the race started, I kind of saw race pace. I was able to pick my way through the field. But I definitely, yeah, I think it's this car in particular, the ARCA car, these Impalas and the Toyotas. I feel like I have trouble like saving the tires on these on a long run. So I was definitely trying to be on the short pit strategy and undercut them, and hopefully by the end of the run not get past. And that didn't work out the first pit. Second pit, I was just kind of looking at maybe a 5th place finish until that caution, and then I knew it was all bets were off. It was going to be a short run.
Yeah, they always say you'd rather be lucky than good with what happened there at the end. You kind of the other guys having the issues and what going on there to get you into second place. Good job, congratulations on that. Who do you need to thank for your race tonight?
I'll start by starting off thanking you and Roger. It's nice to see you back. I know you had your issues at the house. Good to see you slowly getting back in the series here, even if it is just the booth. Dobbs, I know he's missing a few weeks. He's having computer issues now, so I was kind of lonely out here with no one in my ear to talk to, but I just kind of ran a solo race. But anybody watching, any of my fans watching at home, Nick, Kristen, and then I finally got his name, Dave Pfeiffer, on the old Facebook page. I know he was rooting for me, so another second place finish. I'll hopefully get a win under my belt this season.
Well, again, congratulations, good job, and we'll see you back next week.
And forward later.
There you heard it from your second place finisher, Randy Johnson, gonna bring that UPS machine home. P number 2 here tonight. We don't have communications established, I believe, with our third place runner here tonight of Jose Mejia. He was the biggest mover and shaker, though, of the race. He was able to move himself into P number 3, up 17 spots here tonight. So the driver of that 46, congratulations to Jose. But, man, Greg, it was all about Roy Fernandez here tonight. He was able to battle stronger, faster, better than anybody on that outside lane. Nobody could really touch him.
Yeah, he definitely had found something to work up there. And I mentioned it earlier that he was the first guy to kind of tread up to that third lane. He found something, made it work, was able to manage his tires better than anybody else, and he was able to pull it off. It was a good job for him.
Well, as we take a look at your... Well, that's not the right button. Let's try and hit the right button here for all you race fans, because everybody wants to see your finishing order. There it is on screen, your top 18 drivers. You know, it may not have been the night for some of the drivers here from the Michigan International Speedway, but next week is going to be a whole new ball game for some of these drivers as we head to the Tricky Triangle. Roy said he likes the Tricky Triangle. The question being, though, will he like it when we get there? Will the conditions be to the liking for the driver of that number 6 machine, or will Randy Johnson be able to figure out the Tricky Triangle? Or what about the Keystone Motorsports driver of Donald Bennett? He has a lot of laps at Pocono. He only lives right down the road from Pocono, so why wouldn't you? Or will somebody like Michael Sturgill finally be able to have a great night and work his way into victory lane here? Or maybe Cody Levitt or Maurer. Maurer's a Pennsylvania boy. He has a lot of laps there also. But anybody will be able to win at the Tricky Triangle, because they don't call it the Tricky Triangle for anything. But for everybody at the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series, we got to thank everybody for tuning in. We have to thank all the sponsors out there that make this possible. DraftTop.com. If you don't have your Draft Top, race fans, you're not drinking topless. You're not doing it right. For Raise Energy, head on over to Raise Energy on checkout. Upon getting your case of Raise Energy, type in UTWRX, save 15%. And of course, Butt Kicker coming on board to be the white flag here for the Draft Top Progression Series. Serverside being the green flag, and of course, Back Bay Brewing Company, and of course, Uncle Tim being our starting lineup tonight. We couldn't do it without all those guys helping out the Salt Flat Progression Series. But for everybody at Salt Flat, us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we will catch you just tomorrow night with more of the Salt Flat Racing action as we bring the IROCs onto the speedway. We will battle it out. I believe it's round number 5, so you don't want to miss that. Just tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Till we see you tomorrow night, race fans, though, stay safe and drink topless.